Hi, this is Matt Marchant, and welcome back to How to Interpret Your Dreams. This is episode 2, and in this episode we will be asking the same question we asked in episode 1, and that question is, what is a dream? Now in the first episode, I gave you my first answer, which was, a dream is a story. If you haven't had a chance to watch that, you can click the link above, I'll put it up there, and you can watch that video. So now we're going to ask the same question, what is a dream? And here is my second answer. A dream is a translator. That's what we're going to discuss. We're going to find out what is a dream a translator for. So let's go to this example right here. I invite you to consider that you have 3 different levels of awareness. You have your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your unconscious mind. The unconscious mind can also be known as your superconsciousness. We're not going to jump into what superconsciousness is, but it can also be known as that if you want to research that on your own. So there are 3 different levels of awareness. In your conscious mind, that would be like saying, I'm aware that I'm aware of something about me. Your subconscious is, I'm aware that I'm not aware of something about me. And your unconscious mind is saying, I'm not aware that I'm not aware of something about me. So let me give you a quick example to these 3 levels of awareness. In my conscious mind, I'm aware that I am addicted to very good espresso. I'm aware of that. People around me are aware of that. In my subconscious mind, I'm aware that I'm not aware to the reasons of my addiction to good espresso. And then in my unconscious mind, there are probably many things that I'm not aware about in regards to addictions maybe in general, or my addiction to espresso, if that makes sense with the 3 different levels of awareness. So what a dream is doing, a dream is a translator between the information of the unconsciousness into information of consciousness. How are we going to find out about the things we don't know that we don't know? How are we going to get it into the conscious mind? Well, the subconscious mind acts as a translator, and what happens in the subconscious mind is your dreams. So the dreams are the translator of unconsciousness to consciousness. That's how we're going to learn more about ourselves. That's exactly what a dream does. It helps us learn more about ourselves. So, when we're talking about information in regards to these 3 levels of awareness, your conscious mind, that's your intelligent information. So whenever you're using your intellect, you're in your conscious mind. When we're dealing with introspective information, when we're looking deeper within ourselves, asking some deeper questions, now we're getting into the subconscious mind. And when we start dealing with intuitive information, now we're starting to tap into the unconscious mind. So that's how different information flows. So, what a dream does, a dream tries to take intuitive information, helps us get more introspective in order so we can make sense of what's going on. Because this is the part of the mind where we use, our logic and reason and try to figure things out. But this is very limited. If you see here, we have a funnel, and that's another thing with this diagram. Everything is funneling down. Why is that? Well, there's very limited amount of information that we can tap into with our conscious mind. There's more information in the subconscious. And theoretically, there's an infinite amount of information that we can tap into in our unconscious mind. So how do we get all this information and funnel it down? That's the missing piece, or I shouldn't say the missing piece, that's the translator right there with the subconscious mind. So that's why we have this funnel-like effect here. And a side note, this would also be very similar to a vortex. I'm not going to spend too much time with going into what a vortex is, but basically how dreams work, they're very much like a vortex. What a vortex does is it takes the appearance of no matter and spins it into the appearance of matter. If that makes sense, perfect. If it doesn't, that's okay too. But the main concept is infinite amount of information filters down into limited amounts of information. If we spend all our time just dealing with the conscious mind, we have very limited information that we're dealing with, and we can only tap into our intelligence. We have a hard time tapping into our introspective information and intuitive information. So when we're dealing with these different levels of awareness, think of your conscious mind. That's when you're awake. You have the information of being awake. Okay? Right now, you're watching this, you're awake, you're using your conscious mind. When you're asleep, subconscious mind. And all, theoretically, in your unconscious mind, that's where you can tap into the knowledge of everything. So, my second answer, going back to kind of summing up everything in this video, what your dream is, my second answer for what it is a translator between your unconscious parts and your conscious parts. And it is attempting to send you a message to let you know some things you don't know, send them through the subconscious mind, delivered in a dream, in hopes that your conscious mind will pay attention and do some dream work. Real quick, I had written this down, so I might as well talk about it. 3 different levels, 3 different things with the ego going on. When we're in our conscious mind, we are dominated by the ego. It's ego dominant. When we're in our subconscious mind, the ego is diminished, still there but diminished. And when we're in unconscious mind, the ego is disengaged. And I wrote a question mark, because that might not even be true. The ego may be dominant in all of those. The ego may just be tricking us when we get into different parts of our mind. But for the most part, it would seem to be the case that when we're in our conscious mind, the ego is controlling. That's why we have limited amounts of information. Once we step into subconscious mind, once we're asleep, the ego starts to diminish. That's why, in my opinion, dreams are so powerful, is the ego starts to be diminished a little bit, and we're able to start tapping into a lot more information that we can't tap into with our ego. And when I'm talking about information, I'm talking about information about ourselves. Talking about going into introspection and then going into intuitive information. And then possibly, when that unconscious mind that we have, that's where the ego is really disengaged. And that's why we're opened up to all information. And it's because ego is disengaged that we're able to use our own inherent intuitive power. So, thanks for watching. I wanted to spend some time on that. So that's my second answer. A dream is a translator. It's delivering you a message from a deeper part in you to bring it into your conscious mind. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the video. I look forward to bringing you more videos on the subject of how to interpret your dream. The reason I'm taking a few of these videos in the beginning to talk about what is a dream, I feel it's important to set that up so we have an understanding. At least you'll understand where I'm coming from when we dive into the 4 stages of how to actually interpret your dream. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.